Talked about this a bit in the past, but I have a lot of ideas for videos that I'd like to make, but I know I probably never will, nor do I have the means to. And it'd be a shame to let those genius ideas go to waste, so I'm going to go ahead and open Pandora's box for you here. I'm going to give you some OnlyFans content for free. I'm spreading my ass. I'm going to give you some free ideas to use if you want to make for a video or anything like that. You don't need to credit me. Just fucking execute that shit with grace. This first freebie is in a genre I don't even like. It's a song parody. I'm not a fan of song parodies. I don't like spoofs or anything like that. I'm not a fan. But god damn it, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't having wet dreams coming up with lyrics for this incredible banger of a song parody I've had in my head for about a month now. I'm sure all of you are familiar with Careless Whisper by George Michael, a timeless classic. Give you something to wiggle your finger to. But what if I told you I could make it even better? What if I told you I had an idea to take it to the next level, give it a very powerful message that I think would resonate in the very soul of anyone that listens to it? Voila, I present Careless CRISPR. For those that don't know, CRISPR, C-R-I-S-P-R, is some incredible futuristic technology that can do some amazing things. It edits genomes. It's basically DNA modification. You can edit it. So I was thinking, Careless CRISPR, a song about the dangers of carelessly modifying human DNA. It's fucking genius, right? Like, that's the kind of song you'd hear and you're like, wow, that slaps. But it gets me thinking, damn, what if they modified my DNA to make me less than 5'6"? Shit, I'd be upset. And it can cover all kinds of bases, talk about all kinds of things. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, there's so much potential with Careless CRISPR. I think that could be a Billboard chart topper, to be honest. I just don't want to do it. I don't like song parodies, but man, it's hard not to think about because Careless CRISPR, baby. Come on. Now, this next one here is actually a bit of a softball. I think it's very doable if you're willing to put aside your pride and self-respect. It's a long-distance farting competition. Now, I know you're hearing that and the gears in your brain are turning. You're going, wait a minute, Charlie, how are you even going to measure a fart to determine who wins? Farts are invisible to the naked eye. Charlie, you greasy slut, you didn't even think about this. Well, you're not wrong there, armchair physicist. Yes, you can't see a fart with the untrained naked eye. That much is known to anyone around the world, but in the 21st century, we have the technology to be able to see that. It's called infrared. So you would line up your contestants, 5 or 10 of them, line them up behind an infrared device, and just have them get in the standard competitive farting position, hands on the knees, pseudo-doggy style, bent over, and let it blast. And you'd be able to see it on infrared. You could measure the distance. Could even be a Mr. Beast video. A person who farts the furthest gets $50,000 and I buy them a car. Yeah, there's a lot of potential there. I'm sure some people would be very competitive with it. They wouldn't be afraid to actually shit themselves to get some extra velocity and distance on it. I just think there's a lot of competitive elements that could be woven into the sport. It's kind of in its infancy in brainstorming, but I think there's a lot there. You just have to have no dignity whatsoever to try and run that. This next idea actually comes from Jackson, but I think it's a great idea we'll never do anything with. It came to him when we were on some Epcot rides. I know that's surprising to hear that Epcot even has rides, but yeah, they have a couple of really slow-moving rides that are... There we go. Had to rip a little ass. That have very low velocity to them. They're slow-moving rides that are just a tour through animatronics, such as Spaceship Earth, where people just go on that ride to do cocaine in the darkness. And it's just these really old, outdated animatronics, not very fun rides in general. Not to offend any Spaceship Earth fans out there, all 4 of those. It's just, Jackson thought, what if we could do something with that? And his idea was, what if you pretended to be an animatronic and then scared the people as they went by? I thought that was a pretty fucking good idea. There was another ride called Living Off the Land from Epcot, which is a tour through greenhouses and such. It's actually kind of cute. But a lot of Living Off the Land is a slow boat ride through emptiness. Sand. You just see a whole lot of sand. So you could just pretend to be a fucking animatronic out in the desert and then scare the people going by to learn about greenhouses. I thought it was a fantastic idea, but we'll never do anything with that ever. Also, I don't know the legality of it. Probably pretending to be an animatronic is frowned upon, so I wouldn't recommend it. And I also wouldn't recommend this next one. It's having a friend join the Church of Scientology and have them document it for you. In my case, I wanted it to be Jackson because just in case the off chance that this Church of Scientology is using like some weird alien tech, like some fucking Men in Black neuralizers, I don't want them using that shit on me. I'd rather have Jackson as a guinea pig getting fucking neuralized and having his memory rewritten and believing the Scientology stuff. So it was more so just I'm so fascinated by the Church of Scientology. I've watched a ton on it, read a ton on it. I just want to know more about it. I want to know someone that's gone in there, deep into the fucking rectum of the Scientology circle. So I thought that was a really interesting idea that I would never recommend to anyone, and I would never want Jackson to actually go through with, unless of course he wants to, because I, again, would find it very interesting, as long as we could get him out in time before things get too out of control, I guess, because who really knows what goes on back there? Like that shit's crazy. That's Willy Wonka's chocolate factory in the real world. Everyone on the outside doesn't know the craziness in there. And I'd love to know a bit more about it. Like I said, I've seen a ton on it, so I get the general idea of how some of it goes, but you can never have too much information in that regard. So that was another idea that I'm 100% sure we'll never do anything with, nor would I recommend anyone do anything with, but I figured I got a ton of shitty ideas. I might as well toss a few of them out here now. We'll stop it right there. I think these ideas, in their own way, have very unique flavors to them that could be incredible content if done properly. So if you want to use them, go wild. I really wouldn't recommend the last two at all, but god damn it, I gotta be honest. I think about those. So wanted to at least share them. That's about it. So yeah.